Hello everybody and welcome to the first weekly recap about July's world building project. So in this video I'll be going over the lore we have so far, the illustrations I have created, and then I'll show some of the illustrations from my teammates and we'll explain a little bit how we are drifting and how the project is going so far. So first off, I will read the little prompt that Brother Baston gave us, because we are building this world for Brother Baston's Discord concept challenge. So I quote, "When the great flood submerged most of planet Abalion, only some colorful coral islands remained above the surface. Over the centuries that followed, these rare masses of land became home to a small civilization that lives off the sea. The most important role to have in this world is diving, as this is how most of the food is caught and how artifacts of the past are brought back to the future. Even though the sea is vast, few dare to venture far into the depths or away of the islands, for the deep blue veil hides secrets and entities of a different era, in deep slumber for now." So this is the prompt that we got from Brother Baston, and we had a couple ideas about this. First is that the Great Flood occurred because the Whistlers, these are the race at war with the humans, I'll explain these in more detail. They created a massive incantation that summoned so much water that it covered all the landform except the summits. The Whistlers found the humans impolite for their culture and attacked them randomly. The humans, to defend themselves, did a counteract. When the big flood came to place, the Whistlers moved to the mountains to survive, thinking that the humans had died during the flood since the corals would have been flooded. Ever since they found out that the humans found a way to survive and live, they have been at constant war with them. So you might ask, what are these Whistlers? So these Whistlers are, first off, they're called Whistlers because of a low-pitched tone that sounds like whistling to the humans. They're a known human race. They have higher concentration of magic and are at war with the humans, and as mentioned before, they live in the mountains. The other race, which are the humans, live in the Coral Islands. So in the Coral Islands we have made kind of like a social status range. So we have at the very top of the social status right now, we have the priests and or the whale speakers. And these are the people that are magically gifted and are the only ones who are allowed to go near or interact with the whales. And whales are very important because the whales are how we interpreted that entire diving part. They are giant creatures which people worship like gods, and individual whales protect individual cities, and the humans provide whales with magical energy. The whales are a result of high and unnatural quantities of magic caused by the war. Some people are allowed to meet and clean them, but only those who have been chosen by the whale itself. So these are the priests and the whale speakers, as mentioned before. So whales mutated after the flood because of the sudden rise of magical energy, turning them into magical beasts. So yeah, this is very interesting. What do we have so far? And we also decided that this world would be a sci-fi/fantasy world, but at the end of the week we started noticing that it's definitely drifting into more of a fantasy world and a fantasy scene. And we also decided that there will be multiple moons, creating interesting sea level dynamics where the sea level rises and sinks, revealing horror as well as food supplies from the depths of the ocean. So this first piece I did, that you probably already saw in past because I was talking for so long, was one of these coral cities in a close-up. And the idea that my group and I had is that there would not only be solid structures, but there would also be structures from the corals that would be able to float, almost as if gravity didn't have any effect on those structures. And this is the way the humans survived the flood. Since these corals are able to float, they didn't get flooded by the ocean. So the humans were able to flood there. And then the second image that we did here is a whale god, kinda. And this godlike whale is called Thanatos, we decided. This means the immortal in Greek. And the species of this godlike whale is almost extinct, only leaving one whale behind, which is the whale that is in the image. This whale carries the biggest coral city on its back, and it uses magic to have the strength to carry the city and to feed itself nutrients. When it makes a sound, all inhabitants of the city on its back do a ritual to worship the whale. So this is all we have so far. We have a bunch of stuff, and I will show some of the designs about the diver suits, because there's some humans that do diving, and we also have some ideas about how the whistlers would look that Lion did for our group. So I will show what my group has done so far, but really this is all I have done. So this world is coming along very amazingly. Everyone in the team is working really hard to get this to look as good as we can. And we're trying to really create an appealing world, and I think we're reaching our goal slowly but surely, and we're doing good progress. So I will show you guys some of the designs that my teammates have done, which is this diver suit by Artchild. This diver suit was really nice. We all in the group liked really the idea about the helmet in this diver suit. It looked really nice, and I don't know, it was just quite appealing. And here we have some of the silhouettes about the whistlers, which were drawn by Liam, or Liam, I don't know if I'm butchering your name, I'm sorry. But yeah, here he did some really nice silhouettes. And here's an actual finished demo design of the whistlers made by Artchild as well. So we're making progress into creature design and stuff, but we said that before creating creatures and prompts and everything like this, we wanted to finish the environments and more important animalistic creatures that have more of an impact in the story than creating diver suits and stuff like this. Of course, this is important, but we want to focus on the really big part before going into the little details. So yeah, that's the recap about the first week. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to see more of this project, definitely subscribe. There will be a log each week. I'm probably gonna do the logs on Saturdays, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.